So, hi, Samuel. Today I'm joined with Samuel. Thank you so much for giving me your time. And yeah, it's wine o'clock session. For those who do not know what wine o'clock session is, this is a platform where I get to talk to different stakeholders in the travel, hospitality, and tourism industry. Just have a chat with them and try and unpack this industry because it's so huge and it has a lot of things. So from technology to culture to everything else. And today, Samuel, Managing Director of Hodari Africa, is here with me today. Thank you so much for joining me. And he will explain more. I didn't want to pronounce his last name because I was so scared of mispronouncing it. So I'll let him introduce himself properly. So welcome aboard.
Great. Thank you so much, Zara, for having me.
Yeah.
It's actually indeed a pleasure to be on this 1 o'clock session. As you said, I am the managing director of Hodari Africa.
Yeah.
And basically, Hodari Africa is, let's say, we are stakeholders in various edges in the travel industry. And Hodari Africa is a broad broad name for two different businesses. We have Hodari Africa Hospitality Solutions, which is more of a tech for travel sort of business. And we have Hodari Africa Safaris Limited, which is a tour operator in the larger Eastern African region. So basically, Hodari Africa Safaris is easy. It's a travel agency operator operating in from Nairobi, but covers the whole of the Eastern African region, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda. So it's easy. A tour operator or a travel agency work is the same. I mean, we have them all over. But here to speak about Hodari Africa Hospitality Solutions, which is a tech for travel sort of business. We provide technology for the travel industry, and that actually covers both hotels and the tour operators themselves. So basically, I'd say that what Hodari Africa Hospitality Solutions is about is to make work easier it's actually to automate the business processes for stakeholders in the travel sector.
So
yes.
So that's technological, and a lot of people they might be a little bit confused when you say, especially what solutions your platform or your software is trying to solve, especially in the hospitality industry. So someone might say, I'm already dealing with Expedia or hotel.com. So what's the difference?
Okay. Okay, I am just going to go deeply. I mean, before the first thing that Hodari Africa Hospitality Solution does is that we have what we have software for travel. We sell software for travel. That's number one. Number two, what we do is that we assist hotels and tour operators to optimize their presence in platforms like Booking.com, Expedia, hotels.com, and all. We call them online travel agencies. So first of all, we provide software for the travel industry. We have a property management system, a PMS, that enables every hotel, maybe a hotel establishment, to automate their operations from the time a guest checks in throughout their stay to the time they check out. We have PMS. Our PMS is called Quote to Book, Q2B. It's actually one of the first cloud-based property management systems. So when we partner with a hotel, they're able to actually manage their reservation in a paperless way. Like you move from the time the guest gets to the gate, the PMS Q2B has got paperless gate control. Traditionally, when you go to hotels, you find hotels or even any other setting, you find that people are given a book to fill in the details, car registration number, your email address at some points, your names and everything. So we are automating that. They can be able to do that using any mobile device. So the guard at the gate, this is in line with issues. The world is moving more into issues of information privacy and information security. So when you go and write your details at the entrance there at the gate, you leave those details to a gateman who probably might not, might use that information to, to do other things, to reach out to your guests. If the hotel wants the privacy of their guests, you're giving you a paperless gate control system whereby once that information is fed into the gadget, it goes directly into the system and nobody can access unless they are authorized. So also when the guest comes into the property, if they have a reservation, they don't have to fill in guest cards, for example. They don't have to fill in the traditional guest cards that you find in every hotel.
Okay.
They also find another application whereby they're able to check themselves in, and that information goes into the system. Then also the whole process of reporting and managing housekeeping and everything is actually paperless. So this is the kind of the solution that you're offering for hotel and hospitality industry. Even for tour operators, we have a system. Q2B is able to make sure you're able to sell your packages online. You have what we call, you can be able to issue promo codes to your, you can create promo codes in the system, and guests can actually, redeem discounts from automatically in your system. This system is also able to raise invoices and automate all the processes that you find in the hotel or hospitality industry. So that's Go2Book. And besides Go2Book, we're also offering food and beverage management system that is integrated. It's called Ideal Software, that is able to, as the service staff are selling, they're able to use the point of sale system, which is also integrated to the Q2B. We also have a stock control system, and we also have counter, which helps. Maybe let's talk about bars and people who sell drinks. They're able to, to automate processes and such kind of, to make work easier for them. So basically, that's the broad, that's how we offer this solution to hoteliers, travel agents, and bar owners. Then besides that, now the other thing that you also do is you spoke about Expedia, Booking.com, and the OTAs. When it comes to OTAs, I mean online travel agencies like Booking.com, Expedia, Airbnb. For hotels that have their rooms distributed to these OTAs, our system, or rather our PMS, one is integrated to each of these. We are in partnership with Expedia, Hotels.com, Trivago, Booking.com, Airbnb. So the hotel, if you're a hotel partner and you're selling your rooms online on any of these platforms, our PMS Q2B is integrated to this. So what happens is when a guest books online, the reservations come directly into the PMS. So you're actually able to manage all your reservations in one place. You don't have to go and logging into Booking.com and Expedia and try to update. When Ziada books, for example, from Booking.com, you don't have to now go to Booking.com and block that room. You only have to do it in one place, that is on our platform. So that makes work easier, so that you don't have to train your staff on how to manage the Expedia extranet, the Booking.com extranet. You only need to teach them how to manage Q2B, because that is where they're also feeding reservations from travel agents. They're feeding in reservations from walking guests. So one calendar for all your bookings. So you don't have to say you have a separate calendar for Expedia, a separate calendar for Booking.com, and a separate calendar for your walking guests or your guests from tour operators. So that makes your work very, very, very easy. So that is the extent. Then number two, we also partner with hotels. Traditionally, you get hotels just go and list themselves online, and then they leave it at that. They do nothing else about it. So we have a whole team that is dedicated to help our partners to make sure that they're getting the best out of their listings online, because there's so much that goes behind online travel bookings. Because if you have, let's say, Hotel X, you just go and list yourself and leave it like that. Then we have Hotel Y, who has got a whole team of experts trying to see the trends, observe, set up your competitive set, make sure that, your competitors, other hotels around your area, what rates are they charging? Other hotels that have got the same amenities as you. Because you might find a hotel that listed themselves on Expedia, let's say 6 years ago. And the rates that were there six years ago are still the rates that are there today. For example, right now, the hotel industry is suffering because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So you need to be very, very careful about how you're managing your rates online. So if you don't have a person looking at those rates and saying what the hotels are, your neighboring hotels, how they are playing with your rates and such kind of stuff, that we call it OTA optimization. Make sure that who are your competitors? These are my 10 competitors here. So we become your watchdogs. We are watching. When Hotel Y takes their rates down, we come to you and tell you, hey, your competitor number one has taken their rates down, or rather they've given this discount. Why don't we do this? Is it going to affect your revenue? Are you comfortable? So, and immediately, if you agree, we make that, we make that move for you.
Okay,
so
I have a question there. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. This is quite interesting, but I do have a question. So I'm sure you're working, especially with hotels, you're working with different hotels. So by telling one hotel about if the rates are fluctuating, going up and down, telling the other competitor if the hotel, the rates are fluctuating, isn't that a conflict of interest?
Not really, because what we do is that different hotels have got different amenities. So we look at, when you are our partner, we look at what you're offering. And also, not every hotel is our partner. We also have different classes of hotels. Like we find, we have lodges, for example. We have other hotels are lodges. So we will classify you. A lodge cannot really compete. A person who goes, a client who wants to go to a lodge, mostly they prefer going to a lodge. We have a hotel, a client who wants to go to a tented farm, for example. So there's a lot of work behind all this. We also look at the amenities that you're offering. So we drill down to who exactly are your competitors. So unless we have, of course, we have the lower cluster of hotels that don't really specialize for a certain, kind of clientele. You'll find that every hotel, every lodge or hotel establishment has got their own niche. They've got their own market, target market. And we're able to work with you, make sure that those clients that should be coming, should come looking for you, you actually get them. So there is a lot of work, it's not really the broad picture, but there are so many. You might find a hotel here, they are really looking for, passers-by, people who are, it's a motel, for example. So if you're our client and you're a motel, we single you out.
Okay.
So we are also careful not to have, 10 hotels that are our clients and they're based in the same region. Yeah. There's so much, yeah.
When it comes to technology and adapting to technology, especially the hospitality industry here in East Africa, how far do you think we've gone? How far have we adapted the technology? Do we understand it? Do we understand the importance of having such management systems, especially in the hospitality industry or especially in the tourism industry? Your take.
Okay, I'd say the penetration of technology in the travel industry is the uptake of technology in the travel industry is very low currently, as we speak. Because we will find you still walk into hotels and you find they're still using manual systems, for example. But it's time. I mean, we've seen a lot of uptake of technology, especially during the last 2 years. We're talking about 2020 and 2021, and it's let's say it's less than 20%. Less than 20% players in the hospitality industry are using technology. And we've actually seen a surge in uptake of technology in the last 2 years because of the shakeup in the hospitality industry. You find one whole establishment has got only 5 members of staff running the whole establishment. So we've seen people coming out and starting to look for how things are still going to move on without having, probably duplication of tasks and such kind of stuff. But the uptake of technologies in East Africa is very, very low, and we're calling people to come and listen to what you have to offer, and see whether we can be able to make to make
it easier. It's much more seamless, much more efficient. And it just becomes easy. I mean, with COVID-19, ever since it happened, a lot of us have actually realized we're going to be virtual for the longest time. So when it comes to, Hodari Africa, when someone hears Hodari Africa, what is the one thing that you want them to have them or to pop in their minds first?
Well, one word is efficiency, operational efficiency in the travel industry. That's what we offer.
I know we are almost running out of time, but what can you tell people, about technology and, the whole tourism industry, how important technology is? I think it's reached a point where we need to start adapting all of these things, especially here in East Africa. We have guests coming in, we have so many tour operators, we have so many hotels, but yet we are falling behind when it comes to technology. So what will be, your advice or your tip when it comes to, adapting technology to the whole industry?
Okay, yeah, the first thing I'd say is that there is this notion that technology is expensive, and that is actually the main notion in most players in the hospitality industry, hospitality and travel industry, basically, because when you think about the traditional providers of this kind of technology, they operated. I mean, we are moving from what you call installations to pay as you go sort of systems. So the traditional notion is that if you look at the players, I won't mention them because most of them are competitors. The tradition, if you think about, for example, our PMS, a standard PMS, you find it's very costly for small establishments. And now we have moved from an installation to some sort of pay as you go to make sure that we're including everybody. These are rentals. Like if you don't use the service, we don't charge you. So as long as you're using the service, we charge you a very small fee. So we are bringing inclusivity. So the norm that PMSs and systems are for huge establishments, that's not true. We are inviting all players in the hotel industry to come and see what we have to offer. Listening is free. We can always organize for a free demo for you. Then you can see, and also the cost is very friendly because the cost is actually what has been deterring most players in the industry to come on board. And if you come and listen, then you can judge for yourself and see whether it's something that can make work easier for you. So technology can really help, turn around your business. It can actually help you open up your avenues of getting business, because you find people saying, no, I don't want to be on Expedia, I don't want to be on Booking.com, because there are many times I was there and I used to get guests coming and I don't know whether they're coming or not.
Yeah.
So when you have a channel management system, you will never get a surprise book.
Okay.
So you'll be able to manage your reservations very easily. You'll be able to, generate your invoices and reports. You'll also be able to get our expert advice on how to optimize business from this particular time. So we are welcoming people to come and listen to what we have to offer. Technology is good, and we are all moving. We're all moving towards technology.
Yeah.
There was a time we couldn't think about having a video like this on Zoom.
Absolutely.
Zoom was not,
Zoom was very posh. I mean, you're having a Zoom meeting. What? Now it's almost like a necessity. Yeah.
Exactly. So to move with the rest, I mean, it's good for people to be open. Yeah. And to be ready to listen about how technology can transform their businesses and actually help them maximize their profits.
Absolutely.
So yeah, mine is an invitation to all, to everybody to come, all the stakeholders in the travel industry, to listen. Just listen to what we have to offer, and then we can move
and
forward.
You will definitely offer. Exactly. So where are you based and where can people find your information?
Great. Our head office is in Nairobi, Kenya. Mm-hmm. A place called the African Creative Center, Karen Village, Ngong Road. Yeah, if you want to read more about us, you can go to www.hodariafrica.com. You can also give us a call. Our number is +254 790 461 263. Or maybe you can send us an email, support@hodariafrica.com, and then we're going to be in touch with you, and maybe tell you more about what we do.
Absolutely. And on Instagram, you guys are so fast when it comes to responding. So you can catch them on Instagram as well. You can DM them and they'll quickly respond to you. Thank you for that.
Yes, our Instagram is @Hodari Africa.
Yeah.
And also you can find us on Facebook as Hodari Africa Hospitality Solutions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Samuel. You've been a sport, and thank you for explaining what the Hodari Africa does. It's been amazing information, and to all the hoteliers out there, this is definitely something you want to check out. An invitation to speak is out there, so no need to fear. All you have to do is just give that one phone call, and you'll get all the information that's needed. Thank you so much, and thank you for your time. Yeah, so we'll talk soon, I hope, whenever you have new products.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Ziada. It has been an amazing afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.